So, hey, are you getting ready to file your VA disability claim? Well, there's a lot of people out there that can help you. And the best thing to do that I found out was to go down to your local VA or contact your local DAV. That's Disabled American Veterans, DAV, because they were awesome. They helped me, they represented me, and they took my claim and walked it through step by step by step. And they were great. So I would contact the DAV. There's also a lot of other organizations that are free. These are all free services. The DAV can help you file it, walk you through. They can represent you if there's any questions, any concerns. If you want to argue something or fight something, they can represent you. There's also the VFW, Veterans of Foreign War, and you don't have to be a member of any of these. They're just available, and most of your VA stations or wherever there's a VA close to you, they're going to have representatives set up there. So the VFW, the Purple Heart Association, the DAV, like I mentioned, and there's numerous uh, associations out there that can help you. What you want to do is I would, as soon as you know you're retiring, or if you're years from retirement, I would periodically get a full blown copy of your medical records. Because here's the thing I went I had been getting a copy of my medical records every few years. When I went to file my VA claim and when I went to retire, I got another copy of my full records. Guess what? There was a lot of pages missing. And I went up and I got my records out and I started flipping through looking for stuff. I couldn't find it. So luckily, I had that backup where I had been getting copies every 3 or 4 years, especially after if you have major surgery or if you have any kind of major issue, you always want to get copies of your medical records as soon as they're in there. And that's your legal right to have a copy of them. So I had to back up because there was a lot of things that weren't in there. And I put in a lot of different claims. So if you had something recurring over your military career, you want to make sure you file that. Of course, if you were hurt or got injured or anything like that in the military, that's all stuff that you can claim on your disability form. And believe me, some people say, well, why did you claim so much? You've earned this. All right. You put in your time in the military. And if there's anything that you that you got hurt in any way or that you're disabled now that you're out, you deserve to get compensated for that. And there's no big rush when you get out of the military or when you're getting ready. The only concern is if you need that disability money, I would start working it about a year prior to your retirement. Because if you start working it then, chances are you're going to have it very soon after your retirement date. You'll get your disability rating. Now, and you could always add to it. If for some reason you're within that year frame and you really need it, they could get you through pretty quick. So I think even 6 months prior to your retirement date is plenty of time. If you're not in any rush and you don't need the money like as soon as you retire, don't sweat it. You got plenty of time after you retire. I would do it when you're on terminal leave. Get all that stuff taken care of. Now, the advantage of taking care of it while you're still on active duty is all of those appointments you go to are going to be on your active duty time. It's just going to be a regular doctor's appointment. Once you're out, if you get a civilian job, you have to start taking medical leave, sick leave for every doctor's appointment. So it's something to consider. And as far as filing your claim, it's really easy actually. You go through it. I think I signed on to the DAV and they actually represented me after I had turned it in. I think the VFW is the one who actually walked me through. And I brought in all my records. I mean, I had a stack of records I brought in there and I had everything tagged out ahead of time. So I reviewed through all my records and anything that I thought was recurring over my military career, the 26 years I was in, I would tag it. If there was two, three times, I would put a little, a sticky pad or a flag or something there. And so when I went in, and I color coded everything. So everything that was like, I had four shoulder surgeries. So all my shoulder surgeries, my right one I tagged maybe with a blue marker. My left one I tagged maybe with an orange marker, because you want all of those in order. So the person, whoever's filing your claim, has all of those, and they can put the dates and everything in there. So they make it easy. If you do the work ahead of time, go through your military records, figure out what you're going to claim and everything you're going to claim, and you have them all tagged out in your military records, the process, once you make an appointment and go down, the process of getting your claim filed is really quick and easy, because they know what they're doing. Now you could do it yourself. You can go online. You can go to the va.gov, and you can download your form, and you can start filling that out yourself. But believe me, they know what they're doing. So get with one of these agencies, and they represent you, because the VA, if you go through the VA and through a VA rep, they don't necessarily represent you. They're representing the government. The DAV, the VFW, the Purple Heart Association, and other companies and associations like that, they represent you. So they're out for your best interest. And that was very valuable for me. And the cool thing is, when my disability came back, they called me, because it comes to them. Everything is worked through them, and you don't have to do anything. If they have a question for you, the DAV was notified. They would call me. They'd ask me questions. I'd give them whatever they needed, and they took care of it. So it's really hassle free, stress free if you get somebody like that to help you. And once I got my rating, once it was back, they called me up, made an appointment. I went down there. They even sent me an email saying, hey, here's your rating. Come on down. We're going to explain all this to you. We're going to tell you what benefits you're able to apply for now, and all of that. So I highly recommend getting that. And there's a lot of people that can help you. If you have any questions on this, please comment. Please email me. You can email me at paul@clcteam.com. I'll put all of this in the description of this video. And, as you get ready to transition out, I do have a top 10 tips for transitioning military members. You can click on the description. There's a link there that'll take you there. It's a free download, and grab that while you're at it too. So happy transitioning, and I hope your disability claim goes very well. And if you're with a good association like the DAV, VFW, Purple Heart Association, any of them will really help you out, and take the stress off of your shoulders.